We have the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. It is junior men's eights. We have Monkton Combe School against the King's School Chester. On the left of your screen, we have Monkton Combe giving their all out at the start against the King's School Chester, who are on the box station next to the island. Both of these came through qualifying, so this could be really quite a good matchup.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this shapes up. It looks as though there may be a early lead by the King's School, and so we'll see if they can hold on to that.
We can hear the fierceness of those coxes driving these young men, aged between 16 and 18 in both of these crews, and it is a huge thing to be part of. They'll be rubbing shoulders with Olympians, but at the moment it is the King's School Chester who are proving to be quite dominant against Monkton Combe School at the moment. So we see them coming up here. We've got Ben Mittlestone at bow, Pavashang Pwedeswaran at 2, Matthew Berman, Finley Noble, Fraser Brown, Finley Montgomery, Finley Thompson, Fergus McKeown, Cox by Andrew Pallett, and coached by David Blackham.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things I always wonder is how important is it to get a good start in a race? You know, there's some teams that are just naturally slow starters, and you see that develop you see them get faster throughout the race. But you know, you see a lot of times here at Henley, that start, that little bit of lead is such an advantage.
It is. I think it's the two-horse race thing, isn't it? I think we're in 6 lanes. If you don't have such a good start, you know, you sort of feel you're in the mix. Whereas here, you immediately feel you're either up or you're down. And if you're down, you immediately come under pressure. So I think we see that, don't we? The importance psychologically of getting that good start. And there was, you know, there's been just a little bit more power in those strokes from the King's School Chester crew. Again, we can see though Monkton Combe fighting every stroke of the way.
Yeah, I think you raised a good point there. You can really see a little bit of difference in the way that the boat moves as the King's School Chester puts their oars in the water and start to accelerate. If Monkton Combe School wants to fight back into this race, they're going to have to make a move and really try to rattle the King's School Chester. But I don't know if that's going to be possible at this point.
It's tough, isn't it? They've got enough clear water now. And again, we're in a sport, you're facing backwards. It's such an advantage to be ahead. And you can see still, I think, each stroke, just a little bit more length, a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more power and confidence. What we're doing is working. What we're doing is working. It's an easier job. Whereas that Cox and the Monkton Combe School has got to look for something more, look for something they haven't yet got. You know, it isn't quite enough. But, you know, that's their focus, isn't it? Can you row your best row? Can you make the boat go as fast as, you know, this group of 8 young men are capable of doing? That's the task ahead of them, because that's all you can do at the end of the day.
Yeah, I've often thought about training as trying to, even on your worst performance, have a good result. And I think that, you know, what we see here is that the young men from Monkton Combe School are working hard, and you know their training is there, but the little things that you mentioned, the way you get your oars in, all of those things are coming into play and really allowing the King's School Chester to take advantage.
I think it's a tough race for that Monkton Combe School. Noah Reed West, Isaac Lacey, James Byrne, Toby Johnson, Edward Burgess, Isaac Philsill, Thomas Gee, Alexander Halligan, coached by Evelyn Meyer. They did an amazing job to qualify. They train out in the River Avon. They are here at Henley Royal Regatta, and they are being asked huge questions. I think the heads are sort of rattling a little bit. You can see the balance isn't so much there. They are trying for sure. They are going to give everything. They don't yet have that unison, togetherness that we can see in the King's School Chester that's building every stroke now.
Yeah, and this is such a deep fill in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. You have schools that are here for the first time or came through the qualifiers, and they're just up against such forces in junior rowing.
Yeah, absolutely. So huge history of rowing at both these schools. A lot of members of our British national team have come through King's School Chester. Harry Brightmore, who's going to be Cox to the men's 8 in Paris, is at the moment there, you know, a very kind of an alumni that everybody is getting right behind. And you know, he himself says, my Olympic dream started at Chester. So I know they're very, very proud of you know, having him as an alumni and someone they're going to be getting behind. We come to the enclosures and they continue to dominate.
Yeah, and I think that that's the type of thing that leads to the crews getting better. They can get excited about, having someone who's an Olympian, and they can see it and they can feel it and think, well, maybe can I do it? And that just helps them to train harder and get better.
And so on day one of Henley Royal Regatta, we have the King's School Chester winning this heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup against Monkton Combe School, who are crossing the line now. They have put everything in and should be very proud of themselves.